Good morning, and thank you for tuning into the channel. Eric Bernaccio here, bringing you the tip of the day. Today is May 18th, 2020, and we're doing our daily reading from the Daily Reflections Alcoholics Anonymous book. And today's topic is Freedom to Be Me. If we are painstaking about this phase of our development, we will be amazed before we are halfway through. We are going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. My first true freedom is not to have or take a drink today. If I truly want it, I will work the 12 steps, and the happiness of this freedom will come to me through the steps, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. Other freedoms will follow, and inventorying them is a new happiness. I had a new freedom today, the freedom to be me. I have the freedom to be the best me I have ever been. This is truly powerful. Freedom to be me. Many of us have had to wear masks most of our lives, or have adapted to situations and circumstances where we had to be people that we didn't want to be, or be somebody that we weren't altogether. Being essentially a chameleon, just masking ourselves into different situations and changing to our environments in order to survive, or to be able to manipulate to get what we want, having motives. It stresses here that going through the steps is going to bring you a new freedom, but part of going through the steps is finding a relationship with God, and God needs to be on the forefront of any type of freedom. I truly believe that there is no extended and no complete freedom without the relationship with God. And the first freedom that this writer was experiencing, or wanted to experience, was to have the freedom to not drink or put a substance in their body for that day. And that was something that I wanted for so long. I just didn't know how it was possible. I didn't know how to achieve it, and I didn't know that it was even going to be possible, or that I could achieve it. So for years, I just accepted the fact that, I was going to die from active addiction, and that there was no way out for me, and I was going to have to take some sort of substance every single day in order to function, to get through my life, in order to deal with the pain and all the misery that I've pretty much caused for myself. And there's no happiness in living a life like that. I was my own guide. I became God in my life. Like, I knew what was best, and I lost all hope. You can't have freedom without hope. Hope is really important because it keeps the heart on fire for desiring a better way of life, or a better outcome for what you already have. Also, it talks here about it could be slowly, it could be quickly. For me, it was extremely slow. It took a while for the obsession to use to be removed. I don't know if that's just because of the years of abuse and damage that I did to my mind and my body and my soul through the use of drugs, or if that was just because of how hard of the drugs that I was using, or how I just accepted the lifestyle. I don't exactly know why, but they say when you take a certain amount of steps into the wilderness, you got to take a certain amount of steps to get out. And I took quite a few steps into the wilderness, and it took a while, but once that obsession was removed, I had the freedom to be able to wake up every day and not think about or obsess about putting a substance in my body just to get through my day. And that right there was a true freedom that I will never forget. And it's truly amazing how God can just ease that out of you. And it's about seeking Him earnestly, and putting forth all the tools that you've been given, whether it's through the fellowship, through church, through ministry, whatever it is. The tools that are handed there through you, through God, have to be used and put into action. And when we put action forth into our recovery, or into this process, then we truly find the freedom, and we start seeing glimpses of happiness. And then the more often we have these freedoms, the more often we experience happiness, the more it becomes more of an everyday, every part of your life circumstance. And then it talks about other freedoms will follow. Like, this is truly 100% true, because once you have the freedom for something that's controlling you and dictating your life, now you're able to work on other areas of your life where things that might not have destroy you as much as the substance abuse, but these things still control you and they have some sort of dominion over your life. So it's important to work on finding these other freedoms. And like today, I have no worries of finances. Like all my finances are met because I trust God and I work hard for my money and I make an honest living and I don't deceive others into financial situations where it benefits me. I work for my money, like I don't believe anybody can truly be in a place of gratefulness or express gratitude towards something that they haven't earned. So I earned it. And also I have the freedom of being able to, go where I want and leave the state and whatnot, because I was always bound to some sort of courthouse because of my actions or unable to leave the state, or had all these different court obligations that I had to abide by because of my actions. The freedom of being able to choose where I want to work today. I can leave my job tomorrow and go work somewhere else. Like, I'm not bound to these things. Like where I thought before, like, oh, there's nothing else I can do. I'm not going to find another job. Nobody else will hire me. Like, no, these are freedoms that I have the right to exercise. And it's truly only through finding Christ and having a deeper relationship with Christ. But I can go on and on for days about how many freedoms that God has given me today. And it's truly a blessing and an honor just to give him credit for giving me these freedoms. And it's pretty much just one experience of joy after another. And there's days and there's moments and there's times where I struggle and I realize, wow, I am human and I'm gonna make mistakes. But you know what? My mistakes today are easily turned around. And just yesterday I was having a bad morning, but by the time it was 9:30, 10 o'clock, my day had already flipped around and I gave it to God, and God intervened and gave me the strength and the focus and determination that I needed to get through these times. And next thing you know, I have one of the better days that I've had in a while. So it's all about how you react to life on life's terms. And what are you going to do? Are you just going to throw in a towel because you got a flat tire on the side of the road and give up for the day and not do anything else you're supposed to do for that day? Or are you going to get out there, change the tire, and get back on the road and head to your destination and try to rebound from a circumstance that you had no control over? So that's the way I view freedom, and the freedom to be me is truly a beautiful thing to exercise. I don't have to wear a mask today. I tell people exactly who I am. People know my past. People know what I'm about, and people know who I serve today. And I serve Jesus Christ because of where I was in my past. And I know what it's like to serve the devil. I know what it's like to serve self. So you can't tell me otherwise. I know from my experience that I have the true right to exercise the freedom to be me today. And that's only through fellowships like AA and NA, my ministry that I meet with, and through my church, and just through reading scriptures daily, through prayer, through reaching out and talking to people and being available, and through focusing on my health and fitness. Like, there's just so many different dynamics that help me make me be a better version of myself. And if I can do this, anybody can do it. So I just encourage everybody to exercise the freedom to be themselves. Everybody have a great day. Be blessed.